All right, and a very good evening, East Africa. Thank you so much for being live on U24 television. We trust that every time you watch U24, you're inspired, you're motivated, but above all, you are educated. Like tonight, there's so much education that is going to be focusing on budget implementation. I'm telling you, every time it's Wednesday, it's all about The Desk, the continent's leading intellectual platform, actually the highest platform for solution finding, now more than ever. I'm yours truly, Shadrach Shagaf Kisame, and today is going to be really insightful for those that understand figures, for those that are patriotic, for those who need to know exactly, other than street talk, but those who need to know exactly what the taxpayers' money is doing and what exactly national funding is all about. The man in the chair is the most suitable to aid our understanding in this topic, Mr. Julius Mukunda. He is the Executive Director for the Civil Society Group, Budget Advocacy Group, and these people have made it their business to ensure that we understand the implementation of the budget. Thank you so much for talking to us, sir.
Thank you. Your pleasure.
Yeah, so most of the people that follow me are youth. There are people in my age bracket.
Yes.
There are people who follow things just on social media. There are people who never get to the details. That's why we are very honored today that we are going to hear from the horse's mouth.
Yes.
Let's just talk about your organization before we even dive deep into the budget.
Okay. My name is Julius Mukunda.
Okay.
I head the organization called Civil Society Budget Advocacy Group, CSBAG in short. And majorly, to simplify it, is our business is to check how government raises money through taxes, borrowing and all that. And we are trying to interest ourselves, is it fair? Does it make a business sense? Or it is so unfair that you put so much tax on an individual, they can't pay business costs and all that. Or you are borrowing too much, that you have to have so much debt that the amount of money we collect in taxes actually goes to pay to pay loans. Then the second item is we're interested in how government spends money. Because we don't want to see our money, which all of us, including your followers here, even the youth, pay tax. We don't want to see our money being misused. That somebody goes into our bank account in the Bank of Uganda, picks money, and they go and buy for themselves a fancy house, a fancy car for their own. No. So we monitor that very seriously and very closely. And I am happy that today I'm meeting the youth because I have a lot to tell them about how government collects money, how government is going to spend it, and where they should position themselves to benefit from this money.
Right. Mr. Julius, you know, we have 30 minutes and we never seem to exhaust. We may not exhaust, you know, from your planet of knowledge as terms is in terms of the budget. But let's just maybe pick a few pointers.
Yes.
Like, let's look at this financial year, 2024-2025.
Yes.
Let's just look at some of the main priorities that, you know, government has focused on funding.
So the next financial year budget, the 2024-25 budget, and I'll focus on what the youth should really help themselves.
Yes.
One, government has decided to put up a policy to say that any tender of government, procurement of government, below 30 million must be reserved for the youth, for the women, and people with disabilities. Any tender of government, that's at national level. At the district level now, of 10 million and below, must be reserved for the youth, for the women, and people with disabilities. Why I want to insist on this? If you are a youth out there, register a small company. Go to Uganda National Registration Bureau. Register your small company. It is the easiest thing you can do. So that you prepare yourself to win these tenders. Government, they want stationery. Government, they want to clean
cleaners, toiletries.
Government want to construct roads. Don't go for highways, no. Those small roads that require to fill potholes and the
potholes, digging.
There is money. Government requires bricks, requires carpentry, requires furniture, requires so many things. So position yourself and get that money. So that's one.
Yes.
Two, There is money specifically for youth livelihood program, 8.1 billion.
Mr. Just before we go to the youth livelihood program, because now we have people, I know my people now at the back of their mind, they're like, I have done this, I've positioned myself. Let's talk about the implementation of that, because you know there are crooks in there that don't allow the eligible people who are the youth, the women, to get these tenders.
And that's what CSBAG does. Because when we are pushing these issues for marginalized groups, government says yes, but does not put a policy in place. Now a policy has been put in place, which means that now even us as CSBAG, we are going to monitor. Any contract below 30, we raise it out and say this contract was given to a company from China, yet it was supposed to be for and that contract will be cancelled. However, that contract can be cancelled if there was no youth who applied for it. So when the government says that nobody applied and we go into the system, remember also what we have done with government, we engaged that we want everything to be done online. We have what we call e-government procurement. It's online. For everything you apply online and you track your tender online.
Right.
So that's how transparent it is. Yes, there are people who want to connive, but I encourage everyone to stay firm and stand and push these things. If you have those things that are not working, please get back to us. For us, we will go to look for those people who have issued tenders meant for our youth, but they have given it to other people who are not that category.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Because this, I think this has been the most problem that and then also the PR part of it, the awareness. Because now I'm hearing it for the very first time, even me, and I'm in the media.
So for us, I think that's the biggest challenge we face. Government has so many good things, but they keep them to themselves. So we have also been challenged that we need to bring this up more and more and more again. So please watch this channel, for example, because there is information on it. Here there is information on it, and spread this information to all your other groups. We have been in UBC here.
On the radio.
On the radio, the same information we have given out. We go to UBC TV, the same information we give out.
But most of us are on social media. These guys are on social media. How are you people trying to reach us via our mobile?
So CSBAG has a Twitter handle.
Okay.
CSBAG Uganda. At CSBAG Uganda, you can find that. We have a website. You can actually go on our csbag.org and find all that information that is there. But I think there's a question you asked. You've had this information for the first time. Government must ensure that it invests heavily in increasing citizens' awareness.
Yes.
Not only for this. Do you know PDM has 30% reservation for youth and women? Because now we want to go and start monitoring PDM to ensure who got the money. Were the people with disabilities there? Were the youth there? Were
women there?
Women there? Who did that? So increase awareness, and I encourage our youth also to read. Read and follow most of these important things.
Use social media for a reason. I think you need to echo that.
Yes, you see, the use of social media, yes, you can use it for having seen a very nice place and you are there.
Yes.
But you can also use it for better content, like a content like this one for all other people to be able to share,
to benefit
from it. So I encourage really youth, let's participate. This is our government. We cannot be exported anywhere.
Right. And then this here. And you know, even me, I feel like this has brought me closer to government. The fact that they've thought about me. Shadrach, I have my company, and if I feel I'm eligible to supply, I just go and get the tender.
I mean, there is even entertainment. The government wants to be entertained. Yes. You know, we have a whole budget line of government entertainment. So if we know how to craft your entertainment content, please set up yourself, but please formalize. Government is not to come to Shadrach and say we are providing Shadrach this
your briefcase.
No.
Yes.
Shadrach must have a company. A company must have a TIN number and must comply with taxation laws of the country. So you are formalized, you have an address. Otherwise, if you all become a briefcase, then we are going to lose money.
We have no system.
Yes.
Before we go for a short break, let's just go to the next point that you wanted to outline in this year's budget. So
in this year's budget, and apart from that procurement part, there is also money for women. It's called GROW. GROW is for women, and here I encourage the youth, the female youth, to really to get involved in growth. Huge amount of money, 800 billion Ugandan shillings.
Wow.
That's too much money. What does it require? Have a group.
Female group.
A female group. Have a female group, have a business idea, go to Ministry of Gender. That group actually will be trained by the private sector foundation.
Ah, okay.
They will train you on how to manage businesses, your business.
So you're getting money and you're getting a skill.
You are getting money, you are getting the idea, you get the skill, and then you get the money. Now, not only that, government has another program called Invite. If you have got the idea, you've got the skill, and you have now the money to start your idea and turn it into action, there is a program that can help you export abroad. So don't say my idea is poultry and I will be selling eggs to my neighbor. Yes. Now actually government can help you
to export
your eggs to South Sudan, to Kenya, even to Europe. So where an egg here at your neighbor's place is 500, in Europe an egg is 4,000. So we can only benefit from those if we prepare ourselves. These opportunities cannot find us in the bedrooms.
Talking about preparation, I want on that point, we go for a break. When we come back, we just talk a little bit more on how a youth can prepare to be eligible.
Yes.
Now you are still live on U24. Do not go away. The desk takes a break and the desk returns in a moment. Now, if you're just joining us, I'm afraid you've missed the very first insightful segment of this very lovely episode of The Desk, where we're digging deep and understanding, actually throwing a floodlight into this year's budget. We're trying to understand what has government, paid attention to in regards to our demographic, the youth, and none other than the person in the chair today, and he's doing a really good job. You can't be the judge, but get back to us on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Do that for Shadrach Kisame and do that for U24 Television. Mr. Julius, are you on social media or we stick to
No, I'm on social media. I have two. At Julius Mukunda is my handle for Twitter, and that's where you'll find the media.
All right. So before we left off, we were talking about, preparation to be eligible, the eligibility of our youth.
Preparation to benefit from government programs. That's the most important part. So to be eligible, you must formalize.
Yes.
Formalize is that you must get registered by government of Uganda and you become a company. You can form a company as a one person. You can form a company as two people. You can form a company as 100 people.
Yes.
So depending on what you want.
So even these women groups also form companies?
They will be registered as circles.
Okay.
So circles are also registered. They have their own area where they're registered. Some of them are registered by the Uganda Cooperative Alliance, which sits at the Ministry of Trade. So Ministry of Trade is in charge of circles.
Yes.
But please, you can visit your community development officer, wherever you are, or you can come to Ministry of Gender, or you can go to private sector foundation, go on their websites, they can provide you details on how you can benefit from these particular programs. For those who want to register companies, go on the website of Uganda National Registration Bureau. Once you reach there, you will see step by step, and they are so simple. You will be able to register your company the way you want it. Then after that, you can get your TIN number from URA, which is free of charge. And then you form your business, get an address, get a post office box number, and then you are moved. You are good to go. So it's as simple as that. And once you do that, then have idea. It's very important to have an idea. Do you want to do bricklaying? Go for that. Do you want to buy a border? Go for that. Do you want to buy a vehicle, taxi and car hire?
Yes.
That's way. Do you want to supply food to different restaurants? Do you want to go farming? That's your choice, as long as it's an idea. And now PSFE will help you to develop that idea, so that they can.
I don't need to pay anything to PSFE.
No. They will call you and they are going to run a number of workshops for people who have ideas. They will tell you how do you calculate loss and profit. For example, if you get a loan, how do you account for it? So those things they tell that you don't know, and they help you to improve your ability to manage your business.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So I want us to go back to this funding that is in the budget for this year. Is it a loan? Is it a grant? What kind of funding are we talking about that is in this budget?
So the government of Uganda, we have a huge component of our budget in terms of loans. In fact, out of 72 trillion, the government is going to contribute only 31 trillion. 31.9, that's 32 trillion. By Uganda Revenue Authority, that's what they're going to correct. So you can say the big chunk of it is going to be funded externally. The government is going to borrow money, but also from abroad. But there is a program like GROW, which is a grant, so we don't need to pay it back. It's money that the World Bank gave us that particular money to utilize. But there are also loans that come with a grant component. A grant component means you don't pay back, but the loan also comes with a grant, so that you can be able to pay back properly. So some of these funds are loans, but some of them are grants. But the money I'm telling you about, PDM is government of Uganda money, purely. So that is why people can also engage. But to GROW is a grant from the World Bank, so it's also our money. Invite has got a component of a loan, but also a grant. Yes, so we need to utilize that. So that's why I tell Ugandans, don't misuse this money. If they give it to you, don't drink it. Turn it into productive.
Someone goes through the entire process painfully. And you get 20 million and you drink it.
And then you marry a second wife, you drink it, and then you buy a very huge sound system in your area, and you won't be able to pay back.
Yes.
So use it productively. That idea you had, you are building these compound bricks. Instead of 100, now you're going to do 1,000.
1,000, yes.
Invest in marketing them, and then you can. That's how we can transform this country, even everybody. But for me, the youth, there is something I want to challenge you on, because government builds these very nice hospitals, health centers, schools, water points, and somebody steals them. And we all sit quiet and we don't do anything about it. I would want to encourage you, wherever you are, forget about Kampala. In your villages there,
yes.
Be vigilant to visit that primary school and see whether it is functioning. That hospital or health center, see that's functioning. What we have done as CSBAG is we have been able to encourage government, and the government has accepted to display the budget of each and every service unit. A school, a health center, wherever it is displayed. You can be able to see this school, this is their budget, this is the money they have refused. Now, if they have money
allocated for something,
for cleaning up cleaning
and maintenance
the hospital, and you find it is all bullshit, has not been maintained, that means they are eating that.
Someone has eaten that money.
If they have money for 10 medical workers and they have only 2, somebody has eaten your money.
Yes.
And I am telling you, it is your money because you pay it. You drink sugar, you use soap, you buy shirts, you buy trousers. There is phones, there is money on that.
Yes.
You pay data.
Yes, data.
And phone calls. Government
Yes,
charges taxes on that. So if you don't consume, government doesn't get money. But because you consume and pay, government gets money. So yes, I encourage you to do that.
Because how does a youth, because we've had the implementation of that, people are just going to streets and then they are not heard. How do they effectively help you? How do they get back to you in terms, if someone has figured there's a hospital, there's a school that is being robbed?
So there are 3 ways you can get to us. One is we have worked with the Office of the Auditor General. He has what they call the Citizens Feedback Platform.
Okay.
Which you can utilize to lodge your complaint there.
And that is on social media?
That is on social media. It is on the website. It's on the website. It is even an app. It's even an app.
Yeah.
An app. You can download it on Google. You can download it on iPhone, iOS. The second one is, if there is a procurement issue, they have not given you, they have not procured you, and yet the contract was for less than 10 million.
Yes.
We have what we call that the contract monitoring system. It is also an app managed by the Public Procurement and Disposal Authority, PPDA.
Yes.
You can also lodge it there. If they don't, please send us a WhatsApp. Send us a tweet at CS Bag, Uganda, we will follow it up. Send me a tweet at Julius Mukunda, I will follow it up. Go on our website and put a comment. We will receive that information and we will follow it up.
But you know the picture you're painting, Mr. Julius, is that there is a policing system for this thing, and we have never known.
The system is there, but because we have not used it. For some of us who have used it, it has actually worked. We have made the people return the money. We have made the shadow contracts be cancelled and a new one starts. We've made a health center that was not functioning functional. I can tell you, we used to work in Chibale, and and the head of the health center had turned the boys' code, the housing, the staff houses, into a poultry farm. And once we knew about it, somebody raised the noise, we went there, and the cow was like, please, I have given you only today to make sure that your chicken are out. It is cleaned and the staff start using these facilities. It is possible to change this country if we all work and be vigilant.
I am telling you. Before we go for a break, I want to find out, is there a light at the end of the tunnel? Let's just contrast between last year's budget and this year's budget. Are we borrowing more? What's happening? Are we going deep in the tunnel of debt?
So what is happening with our government is that we are beginning to get worried. Government is telling us that we are sustainable. And they could be right in one way, because we are able to pay back. Our debt is still below the threshold of 50%. But me and you, why we are getting worried is that a biggest chunk of the money we collect as a country is going to debt servicing. And that's where our worry is. That's number one. The other biggest worry why we feel that debt is going to be a problem is that even the money we have borrowed, we have failed to use it. We have what we call, we have 14.4 trillion of undisbursed loans. It means it is the loans we signed to use. We have failed to use them. They are still there hanging. Everybody's like, why are you not using this money?
So where is the money?
It is with the people who are supposed to give them to us. Because we have failed to ask for it.
So we are accumulating a lot of debt for nothing.
So some of it is 14 trillion which we have not utilized. But sadly also is that when you don't use it, they fine you. And that's what we call commitment fees. Last financial year, we paid 118 billion in terms of fines for not using these loans. So this 118 billion, Shadrach, what could it do for you, for your district, for your area?
Constituents, yes.
Constituents, huge benefits. So that's why we get worried about the loan. That's why we say, please, can you work on these challenges we face as a nation? So that this money comes, we use it, we don't pay fines.
Right, Mr. Julius, on that point right there, I want to go for a quick break. When I come back, we just start right there. Do not go away. I'm telling you, there's so much insights, coming in there, and I'm coming back. We are privileged to be having a man that understands all our questions, all our concerns, and he's breaking it down. He speaks as he knows it. He's not just a man who watched things on TV, pocketed them, and now he's telling us. No, he's the right man to complain to in case you have a complaint. Mr. Julius, we're understanding that there's so much money that has not been dispersed. It is growing, fines on top of that, and we are actually borrowing more to continue with the same routine. How do we get out of it?
So there are a number of ways. One is to kick out incompetent accounting officers who are not using that money. If you are an accounting officer running a project that has borrowed money to be completed in 5 years, and it's now 10 years down the road and you have not finished it, what should we do to you? I think you should just step aside, or we kick you out. So we get the right person to do that.
What's the fear? Why aren't we using it? What's the
so
fear?
The challenge, I think, what we are facing is the politics now. The son and daughter of so and so must get this job. Then we end up getting competent people. The northern bypass was supposed to be completed in 5 years. It took 20 years to be finished. There are also a number of things that probably as government has not seriously addressed, and that is the issue of land. When a road is passing in your area, government must compensate you.
Yes, yes.
But what we have realized, two things. One, people don't want to be compensated because the road is passing through their burial ground.
Yes, ancestral land.
Ancestral land.
Yes.
So they don't want. Even if you give them $1 trillion, they don't want.
So it delays the process.
So it delays the process of convincing them. It takes. One example I can give you is UNRWA had a road. As they were constructing, they found a tree in the middle of the design. So they called the valuer here, Minister of Lands. Can you come and value the worth of this tree and we pay the owners? The valuer had on a land how to value a tree by estimating the number of timber in the tree. But the owners say, no, this tree has got spiritual value. And the valuer had never run a formula for calculating the spiritual value. It took UNRWA 9 months to go to court, 9 months, and you are paying commitment fees because the contractor is on the ground, is not working. You pay per day if he is not working. So those are the challenges we face. Some ask so much money that, this is my plot of land. If you want to pass here, I need 100 million. But the value is 1 million. But the person says, no, I want 100 million. He takes you to court, you win, he goes to Court of Appeal, you win, he goes to Supreme Court, you win. Now they want to go to Arusha. It will take years to have that road or that project gets finished. So government must tackle the issue of land for government projects.
It's still a big issue.
One person cannot prevent a national project from happening.
So should they bully them around?
It's not about bullying. It's about, you see, it's also a conduit within the government. If you get a list of people who are being compensated on these major roads and highways, you find they are government officials and politicians.
Who are being compensated?
Who are being compensated because the road is passing where they...
And it's their land.
And it's their land and they know the rate. So Entebbe Kampala Express Highway, we got a loan 2 years ago to finish it. We have not, because we have not paid everybody in terms of compensation. And the compensation is more than the road construction itself. But if it was in Tanzania, the land belongs to the government. They will come and compensate. No, cost of shifting you. Take you to another place. They don't kick you out, no. They say, oh, do you know what? Very sorry, the road is passing here. However, there is another land there for you, and we have built for your house.
Yes.
No, they don't give you money to move. No. So there must be that way of feeling that the public good is more than the individual.
I get what you mean.
Yes.
And that's more patriotism.
That's more patriotism. And that's how the nation is developed.
Yeah.
But if we stick nation development on private and personal, we will never develop.
Because everyone says that's a thing for government. Even the ones in government themselves are saying that's a thing for government.
And yet, that hospital that they have built, the politicians aren't going to go there and these big technical people.
No, they'll fly abroad.
They are flying abroad. But if they would stop flying abroad, that hospital would function immediately.
Yes, because they will need it.
If government decides and says no more buying vehicles for public servants, we would not be having a single pothole in this country. No, it will not be there. If government says no more, each and every public servant must take their children to a public school. All these Nakaseros, all these
international schools,
all of them, I'm telling you, would be perfect, first class. All these public schools will be performing very, very well because the person making the policy
is a beneficiary. Yes.
To this primary school.
I'm telling you.
But because we've widened now, when you get a job, you fly to India. When you fall sick, everybody knows that. So why should you put money in Marago? No wonder money in Marago is being stolen left and right because nobody cares. Cares about it. But if there was no money to take public servants and politicians abroad,
yes,
Mulago would be the best hospital in Africa. all our regional hospitals, our clinics would be first class. So we need, I think as youth, I think we need to really engage government, make our noise be heard on all the platforms we use. You have seen what the Kenyan news have done in terms of even not going on the street, but just social media.
Social media, yes.
Social media.
It's
incredible.
I think our, as the youth, our energies are misplaced. I'm starting to understand.
Our energies, and we forgot about development. Because remember, for you, you see, you think you are very young. No. Tomorrow's certainty begins today.
Yes.
And it begins with you.
Yes.
So if you don't take charge today, there is no tomorrow for you. For us, we finished tomorrow already.
No, Mr. Julius, the distance, the youth are being, they feel they are not included in the conversation we're having. Let's say, for instance, implementation of budgeting, budget allocation. They feel like we're not included. The inclusivity of the youth. What is government going to do?
No, I think there is that version. But I think even as youth, we've
distanced ourselves deliberately.
Distance ourselves. Because everything is, this is for government, this is for the adults. And they are discussing about the future which you are supposed to be involved in. So I think as youth, we need really to claim our space. That's very important.
But you people are saying we are not ready.
You are ready. We say it because we are selfish. You see, it is simple. You are not. There is one car to drive, and I'm still in it, and I'm saying you are not ready because when I say come and drive, then where will I be? I am not going to be anywhere because I have not secured my future. My pension is not performing, it's not working.
Yes.
You get me? Because I ate all the money.
Yes.
I did not work to put a strong pension system.
Yes.
In other countries, people look forward
to retirement. People want even early retirement.
Simply because the pension system is so secure that somebody will go home and sleep, they will get rent, they will get food, they will get medical care, anything they want. But here you see somebody even trying to forge and change the date of birth so they can stay in the position for an extra time.
I'm telling you.
So the youth need to come up and claim their power. Let's get prepared. Let's get educated. So that at least if we say we have a prime minister of 28 years, he has a PhD.
I need to do my homework as well.
Do your homework. So you have a prime minister. Recently, they were showing us our ICT minister and the ICT minister of Rwanda. But surely you could, even as Uganda, you could really feel that there is a very huge difference that should be worked on. So really, I think we can do it.
I'm telling you, we cannot never exhaust all this in these 30 minutes of the desk, but I'm sure, the youth have had a good time because they're getting to understand and we feel like, even personally, I feel like, okay, I have a chance at this thing. What are your final, maybe parting shots that you want to leave for the youth?
Uganda is for all of us. Nobody is going to be exported out of this country. We are born here, we will die here. Whether in rain, in sunshine, we are Ugandans. So we can all make it better. And the youth have a very huge role to play. Please, let's be responsible. Let's take up opportunities. Let's get prepared ourselves. Let us stop drinking excessively, taking drugs, the things that destroy our bodies. Once we are healthy and good to go, opportunities are there for you. Like we explained, the budget has so many opportunities. Let's get out of our bedrooms, go there and take advantage of them. A pleasure being here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Julius
Thank you so much,
Mukunda, right there. He has made us understand that not all is lost. There's light at the end of the tunnel, but preparation for eligibility is key. For you to be eligible, you have to be prepared. We cannot go past this because I know you people are like, get off Shadrach, we want to watch the movie. But from me and the entire U24 management would like to say good night, good luck, adios for God and my country. May the good Lord bless this beautiful Uganda. Until next week, same place, same time, of course, same host. Good night.